Welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil. I have Rahi with me here, and we are covering the Asian Cup, the last match of the round of 16. A very special welcome again to Taku, our resident Japan expert slash fan. First things first, Taku, how you feeling after the match? Everything good? Were you happy? Team won.
Yeah, team won. Thank you guys for having me back again. Japan won, so can't complain about that. I guess we still ended up conceding, so I think that's going to be a talking topic.
It felt like it was going to be easy going, super comfortable, smooth sailing. It was really, I thought, a good first half performance. And
Mhm.
then the mistake, and all of a sudden it was not so comfortable anymore. What happened on that goal?
Yeah, let's talk about the good first. I want to talk about that, and then we'll get into that. So Taku, I mean, compared to the other matches that Japan has played,
Mhm.
how did you feel about the start of this match?
I think the start was good. I think the coach finally chose, I think, a good starting 11. It seemed like he was trying out different lineups throughout the tournament, and now it seems like he's set on the center backs, the left and right back. So I think overall he made the right choices in terms of the starting lineup.
Yeah, and it's the right back who has that initial shot, right? That Doan ends up scoring off the rebound, but that additional goal is from a coach's decision, right? The right back starting in place of another.
Right. So I think Sugawara is a pretty good right back, and he plays for AZ. So I think this tournament was his opportunity to shine. He was even linked to Liverpool at one point and was compared to Alexander Arnold. So he is a capable right back, but he does have sort of defensive deficiencies. So he's great at crossing the ball, shooting, takes some of the free kicks. But we saw in the game, I think it was in one of the games, he completely lost his man. They kept attacking down his wing. And then he decided to make a change in the last game with Kuma Form, who plays for the J League. And he's been pretty good the last couple of games.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, and he's the
fantastic
one who
initial
creates the
shot,
goal.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's created that first
Yeah.
goal. And then things looked very comfortable after the second goal. But then now, Rahi, going back to your point, yeah, that the goal Japan allowed, yeah, what happened on there, Taku?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we talked about it before, but the goalkeeper, the three options we have, not enough international experience. Zion Suzuki, who's been starting, has the most experience and has worked with the coach when he played at the Olympics. So I think he's already made a mistake pretty much in every game. Seems to lack confidence, can't catch the ball. He just doesn't have control of he has no control, it looks like, in the game at all.
Yeah, you called it from the beginning. You said the biggest thing you were worried about Taku was the goalkeeping. And boy, you were right. I mean, mistake after mistake. And the biggest thing, like you said, is confidence. It wasn't just the goal, it was not catching crosses, punching instead, sometimes whiffing on the aerial balls in the box. Didn't really
Yeah.
give his defenders the confidence that he knew what was coming and didn't have control of the box. And in the end, the goal, to be candid, wasn't that shocking because he looked so suspect on cross after cross. It's a
Yeah.
big concern. I mean, they haven't yet. I mean, obviously the Iraq loss, but we'll see. I mean, is this going to be the thing that dooms them? Hopefully not.
Right.
Yeah, I think, Taku, if you were to look at this performance as a whole, right,
Mhm.
would you say that this is something moving into the next round, like a performance like this? Would you say this is enough to get it done to win the tournament, to beat Iran in the next match? Or do you think they need more?
I think, they definitely need more, especially with the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he's been pretty much at fault for all the goals that were let in. We talked about the mental aspect of the game as well. I mean, all these other Asian countries are pretty much treating this tournament as their own World Cup. But I don't think Japan's quite there yet. I think it's also the coach's decisions. is he going to choose a completely different lineup again next game? That's my biggest concern, is he seems to be experimenting a lot. I think we had one starting 11 in the next game. Only 3 people started in the same game the following match. So that's a bit concerning.
But I think one encouraging sign that we have to talk about is the return of Mitoma, the star boy himself, right? He does get in this game, plays some minutes. That could make a huge difference, don't you think, Taku?
Right. I think he's going to be the difference, I think, further down this tournament. I mean, we don't have any other game changers, I would say. I think Mitoma's the biggest one and the biggest name out there. So just even seeing him play, he is a bit rusty, but getting by 2, 3 players so easily and then just not being able to execute the pass, or the striker pretty much completely misses the ball. So I know he'll still give us those 2 or 3 chances that might make the difference down the line.
Yeah, I think the one good thing about this particular match is, there was a strong start from the beginning, right? And I think the thing with Japan is, as long as they can get a goal early, like, in this match, it sets the tone. And then even the odd mistake by Suzuki or something that happens right in the back, you can make up for it, right? And that's the thing. There was a good response to allowing that goal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
100%.
Yeah, I
And the
definitely
other
agree.
advantage I think they have going to the next round is that it's really short rest, right? They're playing in 2 days.
Mhm.
But remember, Iran had to play 120 minutes in their game against Syria, and they had Taremi, their main man, sent off. So there's a huge advantage when it comes to fitness and also not having Taremi. I think Japan has a huge advantage. I think they'll be fine the next game. I really do.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's a matter of kind of what Taku is saying, is making sure that there's some consistency, and I think moving forward, hopefully, he found whatever he needed this match, because if you look at the goals, right, all the top stars, maybe, or the top tier players of Japan all stepped up in this match, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I think, I think we have Kubo, Doan. Doan really stepped up this tournament in place of Ito Jr., who unfortunately got caught up in a scandal, so he's probably not going to play the rest of the tournament.
Doesn't it seem like it's setting up for a Korea-Japan final? Doesn't it have that feeling? What
I
a
think
final
now
that would be.
it does. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great if we do get that kind of final, but there's still other big teams out there. Like Japan's never performed well against Qatar. So we'll see. I mean, it's honestly hard to say still at this point. I mean, from the beginning, on paper, Japan always looks like the number one choice, but never know.
yeah. Well, look, they got through, not unscathed, but they didn't have to go through as much as Korea and Iran and some of these other teams. So I think, as victories go, that was a pretty solid one from Japan. So to all the Japanese fans out there, including Taku, best of luck moving forward. For those watching in Japan, a very good evening tonight, and hopefully you celebrated last night. Taku, I always like to do this at the end of these shows and give an opportunity to, in Japanese, say congrats or go team or whatever, however you want to say it. The floor is yours. But for those out there, keep watching the Asian Cup. Keep watching the beautiful game. I'll turn it over to Taku.
All right, so Nippon, cha cha cha.
That one I know. Nippon cha cha cha.
We know that one. Nippon cha cha cha. See you guys next time.